And good morning, miss and classmate. We will talk about that teenage pregnancy. Well, I am talk about introduction and Carlos Plaza consequence and Beatriz conclusions. Well, this research work is mainly about teenage pregnancy, its cause and consequence, girls who have sex early, and responsibility and tips young people to say parents. Well, teenage pregnancy or pregnancy early is one that occurs in adolescent female between early adolescence or puberty start, late age, and late adolescence between 10 and 19 years old. Well, in Latin America, almost 30% of women are mothers during adolescence. Well, only Africa beats Latin America and Caribbean countries adolescent fertility in our region of for exceeds the global average. Most teenage pregnancies are unwanted pregnancies. Uh, 10 pregnancies in a woman can come to term, resulting in the birth or interrupted by abortion, be it spontaneous or induced. Well, I will talk about the principal cause to this. Uh, Principal cause is the practice of sex without contraception, use, lack of sufficient information and knowledge about contraception, and not having easy access to their questions, and lack of good sex education. And the peer pressures that encourage them to have sex, uh, poor school performation in the school, uh, they they have talk more about the information education, adolescence, etc. Poor economical disadvantage and in the family. This cause problems and curious and discover new things. Male partner more, the parent complication, and the son is 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 have problem with a single parent or teenagers. Well, now I talk about that some voluntary reasons the adolescent decide. Well, such as uh, uh, they say I feel that some love me, and so I show that I love. Um I wonder what it feels like, and I want to experience pleasure and fun. They like they want they want they want discover the new the sex, this this best. the they they know that have more responsibilities, and anything, no. Well, next is Carlos Peraza with consequence and anything.
Good morning, Miss. The consequences of teen pregnancy are many. The medical consequences of pregnancy are multiple and significant of the society. Lack of medical care from early pregnancy by failing to communicate their situation. Younger woman, 16 years or less, at risk of preeclampsia and eclampsia, low birth weight of newborns by organic causes such as placental abnormalities, poor nutrition of the baby, smoking and drug use, high maternal mortality in adolescents, becoming developing more frequent cause of death in adolescents by embolics, hypertensive diseases, and ectopic pregnancy countries. Often it decided to terminate the pregnancy through induced abortion illegal, and this is bad for we not have the power to kill any human. Anemia is common among young pregnant. Sometimes pregnancy occurs their STDs. Teen pregnancy is also a risk factor for newborns. There are also risks on the psychological and social aspects as the young woman face. In general, to a situation which is not ready. If you carry the pregnancy to term, you will have to accept his new role as mother, taking over the care, attention, and education of your child. Even though she has not yet consolidated its training and development from the psychosocial aspects, consequences are many. Sometimes young mothers choose to give their child up for adoption, which creates then a great guilt and regret, especially in more mature stage of the life. If they decide to have the child without the existence of couples, will become a single mother of the single parent face, depending on the country's major shortcomings and difficulties. Your life plan is altered and slow, coming to suffer aggression from your family and the environment, and reducing the opportunities to get a job, not forgetting that should educate your child in the middle of an unfavorable environment. Other young mothers decide if the biological father accepts his paternity and responsibility from today go to the marriage. However, there are high chances that the marriage doesn't last as early father face and unexpected surprising events are unable at the time to lead a life partner financially independent. They are not measured to enough to make your relationship last or are prepared to receive the new child, much less take care. Okay. Uh, Now we are say many preventions of teenage pregnancies. Who are most professional of education and health success, the comprehensive sex education, access to contraceptive methods, as well as service to reduce the number of teenage pregnancies is needed planning familiar. Information and support from parents of adolescents in matter relating to sex, relationship and contraception is also required. Prevention systems in the current teenage pregnancy in the Netherlands have provided a model for many European countries and are for many others. Values, attitude, communication, and negotiation skills, as well as biological aspects of reproduction are including the required and specific course in programs and curricula. The media has encouraged open and clear dialogue about sex and health systems. In Spain, the group has made recommendations management problem and health adolescents based on the identification of attitudes and skills and the council with the focus of interest in the prevention of pregnancy and infection transmission sexual. Many non-governmental organizations such as the International Planned Parenthood Federation, social improvement of women through alphabetization, education and legal protection of their rights on an equal men have led to an increase in the age at first birth in areas such as Iran, Indonesia, and the Indian state of Kerala. Uh, to continue, my partner Beatriz.
Hi, Miss Gracia. Well, I'm going to talk about the conclusion of the teenage pregnancy. Well, teenage pregnancy is one of the biggest issues now because many pregnant these girls are aged between 12 and 17 years, but this problem brings other consequences such as literacy, financing problems, abortions, etc. But one of the reasons why this happens, these social problems, is lack of education and sexual and reproductive health. Teenage pregnancy affects mother's health, as complication in pregnancy can be the induction of the childbirth, uh, because they are not yet at the stage to have pregnancy. Your body is not adequate for pregnancy now yet. But not only the adolescent is having problems, also for the baby, he could born malnourished, likely to have inadequate growth, infection or chemical dependency causes, because the boy or girl baby need the mother eat very well, and adolescents not eat don't eat good, and this general social problem the general social um, problem for adolescents, like rejection by their condition, having child. They may feel reject and push her to isolate, or maybe a rejection of the baby. This means she doesn't want to take responsibility for taking care of the baby. Teen parents often suffer school failure and low self-esteem, and they feel that their career have finished because they have a child, but it's not real, because they can study all the time. Teenage pregnancies are a problem that lies from home. Parents are responsible of giving the first knowledge about sexuality, and also there should be prevention, pros and sex education. They will be helpful, and they wave goal avoid many pregnancies because of lack communication and lack of interest in teens cause the to seek affection and learn from the other base. Thank you, Miss Gracia. I hope to trip and bye.